My argument is that I say that Lizzo was very fat, and I think she's promoting toxic behavior of saying, hey, like, I am this size, you should accept me for who I am, and that's it.
Tessa Holiday is more of a controversial figure. She's been recently been diagnosed with anorexia, which may I remind you, the audience, a fat person can be diagnosed with anorexia.
Really?
Yes, Lizzo, from what I've seen on Instagram, is not doing anything toxic. She's not saying, "Okay, everyone eat a bunch of burgers and become like me," you know? To get this back on Lizzo, Lizzo is also very healthy. When she's on stage, she's dancing a lot and working out a lot. So, if anyone's like sees Liz, it's absurd for anyone to see Lizzo and it's like she's a danger on society because she's fat. Sometimes I don't even consider myself skinny or consider myself average weight because sometimes I focus on my stomach fat or subcutaneous fat, and a very subjective term unless you look at the BMI system, and even the BMI system is like very bullshit in terms of the system because it's measured up against white cis men. I'm not going to comment on someone else's weight. Not really, because I don't give a shit, really, and I'm not their doctor.
I don't know, I just feel like she, instead of her trying to get healthier, she's just moving the goalpost of accept me the way I am at this point, and that's it. And I feel like everyone's goal in life is just to be a healthy.
I don't want to say either way because it's such a personal thing. And
Mhm.
it's also such a personal thing to me when someone's like, hey, you lost a ton of pounds, because it kind of triggers that sense in me that says making general sweeping statements to everyone like that is just very hard because I we don't know their bodies. We don't know their individual bodies, and we can't give like health regimens, like a sweeping health regimen for everyone because gets surgery, doesn't get surgery. It's like minefield of comments from men, you know?
Mhm.
I don't know. A bunch of critical messages. It's like the Madonna whore complex, but with beauty. You know? Yeah. Are you an atheist?
Yes.
Yeah, same.
Hello, welcome to my podcast, Two Mics, One Joe Suits. I'm Joe Suits, and I'll be giving a mic to Sabine. She is an autistic.
Hi.
She is an autistic woman who has an interesting history of showcasing her raw journey of self-hate and internalized ableism to becoming more accepting of oneself. So I know you wanted to talk about the fat acceptance movement.
Yeah.
Let's
I
just establish the groundwork of it. We had so we're just gonna use Lizzo as an example. My argument is that I say that Lizzo was very fat, and I think she's promoting toxic behavior of saying, hey, like, I am this size, you should accept me for who I am, and that's it. But I'm saying that I think I understand there are women that are fat, are thicker, and such, but there comes to a point where it gets too much, and Lizzo had crossed that boundary, and she's promoting bad habits of being this size is healthy, and I feel like that isn't healthy for a lot of people, and it's not sustaining at all. And I think she's promoting bad habits, and I think yes, she had couple million followers, but I think she just just because she had a lot of people supporting her doesn't mean I think it's right. But I would like to hear your opinion on it.
I think I'm maybe a little biased because I am quite a fan of her music. But also
No,
just
she's very talented. No, I'm not
yeah,
gonna. She's a very talented woman. I'm not gonna deny that. She's great at singing and flute. Like that, she is phenomenal at, and I'm not gonna take any away from that. And I can
and
understand how hard it is for her to become, especially being black and big. I do get it, but I'm just talking about more of the fat part of it.
and also just because and also and also I could be wrong here, but also I think the only quote unquote toxic behavior she may have promoted is the juice cleanse part of it. the juice cleanse diet she kind of went on in order to attempt to lose weight. So
Uh,
it like yeah, so she tried to lose weight through a juice cleanse, which is not all that healthy.
no, it's not. It's very toxic.
Yeah, very toxic, but just her being super overweight is actually not that toxic at all. And I think that her and similar celebrities like Melissa McCarthy and Tess Holiday, although Tess Holiday is more of a controversial figure, she's been recently been diagnosed with anorexia, which may I remind you, the audience, a fat person can be diagnosed with anorexia.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, because the criteria, anorexia doesn't always have to be Eugenia Cooney size. Like Eugenia Cooney, very, very skinny, very ribs showing. A person just, if you look at the DSM criteria and then what Tess Holiday is describing,
Yeah, I'm not
it
ignoring
is
you. I'm just looking her up on my phone.
yeah, it is very, very similar. But anyway, Lizzo, I from what I've seen on Instagram, is not doing anything toxic. She's not saying, "Okay, everyone eat a bunch of burgers and become like me," you know? No one, you know, I'm totally healthy at this size. No, she's like, why should I be ugly when I'm fat, overweight. While yes, a lot of fat is, uh, while yes, a lot of weight is stored in the area of the stomach, which I'm going to show you right here. This is the area of the stomach. A lot of fat is stored right here, and
Yeah.
yes, this is where most of medical obese, most likely the fat occurs in this issue, in this area. Fat occurs in this area. Most fat occurs in this stomach area, and a lot of different factors could also affect how a person lives well, besides whether fat is stored right here or in the arms or in the chin in the or in this area. In fact, I gained weight twice, and yes, partially it was a choice for me, but partially it wasn't a choice for me because I was on a medication for anxiety that gave me a lot of that and one of the side effects of my medication was weight gain, and I gained a lot of weight during puberty as well. And also a lot of my comfort foods are very high in carbohydrates and high in grains. So I all I needed to do was portion better as well as exercise, which I already was doing when I was also very large. And I also was eating a bunch of healthy foods when I was large as well. And to get this back on Lizzo, Lizzo is also very healthy. When she's on stage, she's dancing a lot and working out a lot. So if anyone's like sees Liz, it's absurd for anyone to see Lizzo and it's like she's a danger on society because she's fat. Like, okay, then Kate Moss in the 90s is very dangerous then because she's super duper skinny and she mirrors heroin chic, and a lot of girls are going to get very, very skinny, and probably die of underconsumption and dehydration because they're going to look like Kate Moss.
Well, I want to add that I think Lizzo is kind of an exception just because she's very athletic. But there was a video of her eating like a breakfast sandwich, and she was eating more calories in a one sitting than I do for my entire day. But also, I'm gonna say that her audience, or most of them, are not people that can do any of these things. They're just fat and don't have any athleticism to at all. So it is kind of saying that, like, yeah, I guess that Lizzo can move and stuff, but also think that I don't think it's self-sustaining because we're all relatively young, so we can support. But the older you get, the more weight you have, your body is working harder to keep you alive. You're fatter and to be in a healthier range. And I think Lizzo is too much. So you were saying that you were portioning better and eating healthy. So like, how did you lose the weight then?
Well, portions, exercise. Once I was on a diet when I was 16 or 15, and then I was on a less strict regimen, no diet at all, and then I lost the weight, which is much more sustainable.
Huh?
And so it can be done without a strict diet, but I still feel that no one would consider me, you know, conventionally skinny or conventionally sometimes. How do I say this? Like, with if sometimes I don't even consider myself skinny or consider myself average weight because sometimes I focus on my stomach fat or subcutaneous fat, and some people don't consider some people, you know hypothetical people, because no one has ever said to me, "Hey, you're fat," because I'm a very curvaceous person.
Mm-hmm.
So fat would be like a very subjective term unless you look at the BMI system. And even the BMI system is like very bullshit in terms of the system because it's measured up against white cis men.
No, I get what you're saying. I do understand it, but I think there's even with that, I still think someone like Lizzo is too fat. Like there has to be a line drawn of, hey, you can be a little bit overweight, and I get that, and like life happens, like you're taking medicine or you're going through a bad time, and I do get it. But I think someone like Lizzo at her size, I think she has crossed the line a little bit too much. And I also think that going, if you're getting that bad where you can't walk to a store, and they don't accommodate you and such, and you force them to accommodate you, then I feel like that's kind of your problem because you're not helping yourself. Because you don't go from 150 pounds to 300 to 400 pounds on by yourself. Like you are contributing to that, and I think diet and exercise do help. Like I don't know what Lizzo's lifestyle is at all. Maybe she is
Me
working out all the
neither.
time, or she is eating well. Just from one video, I saw her not eating well. I feel like she's not eating well. I also think being very fat is also could be. It also ties into the mental health issues too, because if you have
She.
depression, you eat more. Like you mentioned, like you have
Mhm.
comfort food. It creates a very vicious cycle, and I get it. So I think the mental health is also difficult because you can't call someone fat because it hurts their feelings even more, and then they become more closed in, and they eat more, and they become even fatter. So at the end of the day, it comes down to them, and they have to say, look in the mirror and say, like, you know what, I don't, this isn't healthy, this isn't working. I should lose the weight, and I think another thing is a lot of people that lost a weight look a lot better. Like I know Adele lost a lot of weight, and she looks like a completely different person. And she looks amazing.
Just
And
Yeah, just to you. But some people I like who have who are underweight have gained a lot of weight. Not a lot of weight. Like I'm thinking of Jessie Page. I've met her at VidCon, and she didn't look that bad. I'm not going to comment on someone else's weight. Not really, because I don't give a shit, really, and I'm not their doctor. I'm not Lizzo's doctor, and I'm not going to say to her, "Hey Lizzo, lose a lot of weight," and I'm not going it's her personal decision. And I think she looks fine. And she could have a thyroid condition. I don't want to discuss it too much, but some people have thyroid conditions and really need a bariatric surgery in order to in order to get fat off of them.
yeah, I just think there's becomes a line of it's too fat and there's you should do something to address it because it just gets too much. And I don't because like when I eat a lot of food, I feel like crap a lot, and then like I
Yeah.
don't, and I just feel like. I don't know, I just feel like she, instead of her trying to get healthier, she's just moving the goalpost of accept me the way I am at this point, and that's it. And I feel like everyone's goal in life is just to be a healthy, to become a healthy person. Like you'll see like these shows are like 600 pounds, and they'll be like, the doctor be like, hey, you gotta lose 50 pounds, and they lose 50 pounds, and you're like, okay,
Like,
why can't they just keep doing that? And then they'll get a thing called bypass surgery. But the problem is that their lifestyle has contributed to that weight loss. So like, they'll get the bypass surgery, but if they continue that what they've been doing all along, they're just getting the weight back. I know it seems shitty, and a lot of people were calling me fat phobic from that. And I will say,
I'm,
I'm.
yeah, I'm not gonna call you fat phobic. It's just that, yeah, we can agree to disagree here, but it's just that I don't want to comment on Lizzo's health.
Mm-hmm.
I think she looks fine, and I don't give a shit on, I wouldn't give a shit on her health unless I'm her doctor. And I don't want to be her doctor. I don't want to be anyone's doctor. I don't want to be Adele's doctor. I don't want to be Lizzo's doctor. I don't want to say I would say that Adele looks great. She looks fine, and she looked fine when she had the weight. And she I don't want to say either way because it's such a personal thing, and it's also such a personal thing to me when someone's like, "Hey, you lost a ton of pounds," because it kind of triggers that sense in me that says, it's not enough for you. It's that same thing when I step onto the scale and it's a certain number, and I'm like, I don't have I don't have the certain I don't have the certain look I'm going for. Maybe I should lose even more, and it creates a certain toxic cycle
Mm-hmm.
in myself. The intrusive thoughts again about the weight, and body image is a part of that intrusive thought cycle. But it's more than that. It's a lot of things. But again, it's weight is so personal, and bodies are so unique, and I don't want to comment on Lizzo's situation because I don't know her, and I don't know her body, and making general sweeping statements to everyone like that is just very hard because I we don't know their bodies. We don't know their individual bodies, and we can't give like health regimens, like a sweeping health regimen for everyone because not everyone is a cis white man or an cis white able-bodied man, you know?
I just promote that everyone should be healthy, and we have this one life to live, and we should do our best to be healthy in our bodies to want to live as long as forever. And I think that's at the end of the day, that's all I care about, is just people being healthy and such, and just to be the best versions of themselves. That's really it.
And that's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, yeah. This gets difficult just with like I know like we shouldn't comment on people's weight and such, and I get it. I do want people to be healthy, and it doesn't seem to be healthy to me. And but like you say that we don't know what her health is. We're not her doctor. We don't know that. We just do know what we can see, and I just think that in my we're gonna agree to disagree that I think she is overweight and should be promoting more of being just healthier and being a more smaller body, because I don't think the human body it can sustain that lifestyle for such a long time and
Ye-
such.
Yeah, and maybe if she
Like there's
I don't know. Maybe if she loses all that weight, what's gonna come of that? Like, this is his stomach, and if someone's gonna like get the liposuction, it's gonna be very, very complicated.
Hmm.
after the surgery and the liposuction, and then they're all going to, and then a certain part of the public's going to be like, oh, she got liposuction, she's fake, and it's very hard for especially a female born person to like gain weight, lose weight, get surgeries and not get surgeries. It's like for like I was also sending this in the DMs as well. Like for a male born person, like my experience as a woman and from like a female born person, like let's just say a female born person, and for also other female born people, because my experience as a female born person and from seeing other female born people, it's very hard as a as a female born person to like I don't know, essentially be yourself in a beautiful way, because I don't remember the last time that I got comments about my body in a negative way or about my looks in a negative way, but it's like female born person gets plastic surgery, doesn't do plastic surgery, puts on a ton of makeup, doesn't put makeup at all, is really is gets surgery, doesn't get surgery. It's like minefield of comments from men, you know.
Hmm.
I don't know, a bunch of critical messages. It's like the Madonna whore complex, but with beauty, you know. Be a virgin, or you're a virgin, or you're like you sleep with a ton of men. Be sexual, but don't be sexual at the same time. Like, what do you want?
Yeah, you're gonna get a reaction no matter what you do at this point. So.
Yeah, as a female born person, but I feel like with male born people they can get away with, looking however they want. But I understand that you have a different perspective as a male born person.
That's a good point to make. Yeah, I don't. I did want everyone to be healthy as they can be, and not to promote bad things, bad toxic positivity. Like you'll see it on my story that I've been promoting, not like expressing toxic positivity that I get and just showcase it to the world because it's brutal out there, and not some people just don't have the spoon to like fight against it, and it's too much. I don't know. I don't know. It feels biased to my. I don't know why it feels biased to me, and I don't know. I just think people should be like we're so absorbing of everything, and it's hard for people. And a lot of people don't fight back because they don't want to or it's not worth it. But I think people have to fight back because like it's overwhelming, and it's like people need to like chill out a little bit. Like no one like someone did message me today about religion and like they're gonna be a God has a plan for you and all that, and I'm like I don't know what your religious stance is, but like I don't think there is no plan for me. There's no like I gotta find me a cure, and I'm like okay, but then you're saying God gave me the disease, and I'm like, isn't that kind of fucked up in a way? But they're like, oh, they'll reference the Bible and justify, and I'm like, no, it's fucked up that God gave me the disease,
No.
and I'm just gotta deal with it, and then you're still praising Him, and if they're, let's say they find a cure in my lifetime, so you're gonna praise God that they're the cure, and I'm like, I'm gonna be mad at Him. He's the one that gave me the disease, like, fuck him. Like, come on, man. It's like, no, if there's a cure, I'm gonna thank the scientists that researched it. I'm gonna thank all the people that put their lives on the line to test if the medicine's safe. I'm gonna thank all the people that raised money to get the scientists to research it and all that. I'm gonna thank them, not gonna thank God, because if God wanted a cure, He wouldn't even make the disease, and this wouldn't be a problem. But it is a problem, and you can't. We've been following God for millions of years. Like, we should be a perfect society, and we're not. It's terrible. There's raping and suicide, and people not doing well, and people like us, and we're suffering in our own way. That like that's it's so messed up, and I think they just don't know that much bad that's out there until like really dive in. I didn't know how diverse and the disability community. So and I'm disabled and until I submerge myself, and it's so vast, and there's a lot of great people, there's a lot of not great people, high functioning, low functioning, everyone in between is so wide and vast, and everyone has different opinions. It's mind boggling how, like, we
Mhm.
say there's like 7 billion people in the world, but like, like sometimes you'll think, oh, that's not that many people. That's a whole lot of people, and we only meet less than, not even 1%. We meet like what, 0.05% of them, and then we just, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about, and I don't know. I just like to live in the reality of things, and I don't know. I guess we humans try to make things complicated, and I try to
Mhm.
make it uncomplicated because it's hard to justify anything. So I accept the truth of, like, I think we are just living in chaos, and I accept the unknown. But people have to be like, no, we need to have a plan, and this happening for a reason. I'm like, it's not happening for a reason. I'm talking to you because you messaged me and we're talking. Basin put
Yeah.
us together. Like, you
Yeah.
put, yeah, like you put the effort there. I started doing my podcast, and like I met Chris, and then then we met together. Kind of like, I put the effort of going out, putting myself out there, and Chris found me, and it's working. But like, God didn't do this. I did this. I put the effort in. I did. I could have been lazy and I would have nothing, but I put the work in, and here we are talking together.
Yeah. Are you an atheist?
Yes.
Yeah, same.
I don't. It's too much justifying, and I don't think that it's just God. Like, how can you pray God for everything that's happening around us? But
Yeah. I also really don't like I really don't find the existence to be, I don't know, logical like in any scripture.
it's weird because a lot of disabled people are very religious. Like Chris was saying that a lot of the, like, his viewers and stuff are pretty religious
It's
too.
either it's either from, I was watching a video by Sydney Zarlega. I can't spell I can't pronounce their last name, but they're Quaker, and they said that disabled people and autistic people in general are either extremely religious or not religious at all. And I don't find myself to be religious at all,
Yeah,
and belief
y-
in science and philosophy and psychology, but not religion or in spirits or in like any of that, or in tarot cards even. Really don't like tarot cards.
no, I think it's all bullshit, and we just need something to tell us that we're good things. Like, we need some magical spirit to tell us that we're doing good and such. And I'm like, if you need a Bible or something to tell you to be a good person, you're not a good person. If you need, kind of the same with, like, if you have a camera on, you're gonna be on your best behavior, and like, if you have to be on your best behavior on camera, you're kind of maybe not a good person off camera. Like, I try to keep my personality the same behind and on and off the camera. 'Cause it would be inauthentic for me to do that. You know?
Yeah. And also some scripture and at least some interpretations of some people like tell their followers that homosexual people are bad, transgender people are bad,
They don't even do
Muslims
it.
are
They don't even do anything. They're just, all they care about. They like the same genitalia they have. A lot of more more of their people are bad than gay people. Honestly,
bad.
the molesting the little boys, and then like the church defends them. Gay people don't do anything. They're just like normal people, and they just happen to like the same thing that they have on themselves. But otherwise, they're not doing anything wrong. Like, you don't see gay people shooting up schools. Nothing like that. It's just,
Yeah, at least not for their gayness.
no. It's bullshit. It's just a bullshit lie they have to tell themselves. But gay people are just. I mean, for one, they're people, so you can't hold them to too high of a standard. But their gayness had nothing to do with their personality. Also, the other thing is that gay is looked down upon. It's a lot better now, but still looked down upon. why would any gay person be like, you know what? I want to make my life harder, and I want to say I'm gay, so I'm gonna come out gay. I'm like, what? They're not gonna. No one gonna want to make their life harder than they have to. So like, come
Hmm.
on. This like, they didn't. That didn't say in the Bible to accept everyone for who they are and such. So it kind of like you can use the Bible to support yourself, but you can also use the Bible to go against them. But like, they're not gonna do that. You can't do that because then you're gonna go to hell. And I'm like, okay, it's not gonna work. Like,
Also, there's a part about the Bible about not wearing mixed fabrics, and I don't see a lot of people cherry picking that.
the Bible is horrible. You can justify literally any behavior in the world with the Bible in some capacity, and this sucks. No, it's you did something good, you did something bad. Don't justify it because some guy wrote it a couple of thousand years ago. It's down. Just accept the actions you did, and that's it. God didn't do this. You got free will. Like just that's it. But we're gonna move on, and I want to talk about your memoir. You got a memoir called "Culturally Confused." Where is that
No, I
going?
haven't yet, but maybe I'll write it.
So what are you envisioning of it? Like who do you want? Who do you? What actor would you like to play you?
Or maybe a documentary. Maybe myself. I don't know. I I don't know.
But who?
Um,
Let's say a movie made about you. Who would you want to play you?
Me.
Yeah. Like let's say, yeah. Let's say now. Let's say, who
I
would?
said me.
Yeah. What actor would you like to play you?
Me.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, you're saying me like you would want. But no, you're no. We're gonna change the rule. You are the director, and you gotta hire an actor to play you. Who do you want to play
Me.
you?
Just myself.
No, you can't be you. You're ruining the game here. You gotta pick
What?
someone.
I can. I'm the director. I can cast myself.
No, you gotta look at it from the outside too. It's always different when you're looking from yourself from the behind the screen. You gotta like
Well,
hire
I
someone.
also can't abide that logic. I can't be the director.
You are ruining this game so badly right now.
No, I know them. I know the film industry. Most directors, most writers don't direct their own memoir. At least Elizabeth Gilbert, I don't think directed Eat, Pray, Love, and Kenneth. Actually, I'm wrong. Kenneth Branagh kind of directed his loosely based semi autobiographical memoir Belfast, but he at least casted someone. He at least renamed all the characters.
Oh, you got it. Who do you want to pick? I want a name before we end this. Who?
I
Who?
don't
Okay.
want to. I don't want to name it. I want to move on to something else. But
Uh,
I may not. Maybe I'll just make it into a documentary. I'll just make it into a documentary.
I'm gonna
Hypothetically.
I'm gonna go with Meryl Streep here. Okay.
No, she doesn't look like me.
I think she could.
She's too old.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Uh,
Uh,
Anna de Armas also is playing Marilyn Monroe, and I'm like down with that. But I just saw the trailer. You know?
yeah, yeah. I was just gonna say that you had I think coming out on Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't think of anyone that do look like you, but I do watch a lot of movies, but I'm terrible with names, and I'll just look at it after, and be like, hey, I know that guy, and then look it up during the movie.
Mm. Yeah, I know all the actors' names and faces, but I mean, but sometimes I'll be like that as well during a movie.
No, it's always good to find out, oh, where did they come from and stuff. Before I take the mic away from you, is there anything you want to say, promote any words of wisdom, the winning lottery numbers? The mic is all yours.
Mm, any lottery numbers? What do you mean?
I don't know, maybe you'll get someone lucky.
Get someone lucky?
If they choose the number, then they win.
I I want to promote my Instagram. Follow me at Sabine's Sketches and Photos. I'll be posting a couple of drawings soon and also redraws of my own characters. I am also hoping to make a new profile picture. Wish me luck because I am bad at drawing myself and bad at drawing humans, but I am getting better.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Sabine, for coming here. Thank you, everyone, for listening and watching. And I'll see everyone next time.
And I
Bye.
hope to continue to have philosophical discussions with you all somewhere in the near future.
Yeah, all her links will be in the description below. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see everyone next time.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.